10,000 fearless on the move.
Let's go!
Deep in the delta where the willows grow, in the soil stained by the blood of my ancestors. Punch bowl voices call out to my soul for justice. The wicked will reap what they've sown. Spirit of Aziz is back on the rise. Soldiers in the delta kept it alive. Time to stand up, take our place in the sun. Understand the time and what must be done.
10,000 fearless on the move. 10K fearless. This is it. 10K fearless on the move. Mississippi. Sip.
Gotta make a move and take control. Have something we can call our own. So shine your light, help the people see that now is the time for us to be free. And if you waiting on the pie in the sky, you better wake up fast. They told you a lie, cause big fields await the wide awake man. Elijah's got the message.
10,000 fearless on the move. 10K fearless. Mississippi. 10K fearless on the move. Mississippi. Sip. Injustice, we've had enough. All of our divisions we're breaking up. Destiny has been calling us. The spirit of the Most High is guiding us.
See, the time is now. What you waiting on? Quit shooting your brothers. Put your gun down. Come on. They got a cage waiting for you if you keep that up. Early graves coming to you. From that, can't raise you up. Now, Sister Ida B and Fannie Lou, check them out and you'll know what to do. But if you really want your enemy to be alarmed, read the final call. Follow Farrakhan.
10,000 fearless on the move. 10K fearless. Mississippi. 10K fearless on the move. Mississippi. Sip. 10K fearless on the move. 10K fearless on the move. 10K fearless on the move. In Mississippi. Mississippi. 10,000 fearless on the move.
Yes, yes, yes. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you, and welcome to the 10K Fearless Tri-State Podcast. I am your brother and friend, Abdul Shahid Muhammad. Please allow me to begin in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I bear witness to the oneness of God, to the oneness of his prophets, and to the oneness of the scriptures that were revealed through them to the whole of humanity. Please allow me to greet you with the greeting words of peace in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum. Those words mean, may peace be unto you. Welcome back, brothers and sisters, to yet another edition of the 10K Fearless Tri-State Podcast. We've been away for a couple of weeks. We got a very, very good program lined up for you this evening, man. And we need to give the audience and 10K Tri-State a round of applause. And we see the brothers and sisters logging on. We have some very, very special guests for us tonight. But before we get to that, we always like to begin with what I call our axioms, or the guiding principles that undergird every conversation that we have on this podcast. Well, what is an axiom? Well, I'm going to give you a reminder as we announce this at every broadcast. An axiom is a statement or proposition which is regarded as being established, accepted, or self-evidently true to serve as a premise or starting point for further reasoning and arguments. So we want to give you something that will serve as, a premise or starting point for further arguments or to further this conversation. First one I'd like to give is from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan when he says to us, "He who gives you the diameter of your knowledge prescribes for you the circumference of your activity." We are always busying ourselves trying to expand our diameter of knowledge. Is that right? Oh, yeah, that's right. I see you all coming on. We always want to expand our diameter of knowledge because our open enemies have always sought, brothers and sisters, to keep us away from the kind of information that will aid and assist us in our ever-pressing endeavor to further the cause of liberation for our people, okay? Second one I'd like to give to you is also from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and this one serves well, brothers and sisters, especially during this time that we live in. He said these words, quote, "When you see men fall, don't laugh, learn. Learn because you're on your way up, and the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall. When you laugh at somebody else's fall, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend, you're laughing and opening a way for your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make a mockery and not to understand is to make the same mistake yourself," end quote. And I'm going to give you one more from our great brother Carter G. Woodson in his seminal work, The Miseducation of the Negro, where our brother wrote these words. He said, "When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. You do not have to tell him to go here or yonder. He will find his proper place and will stay in it. You do not need to send him to the back door. He will go without being told. In fact, if there's not a back door, he will cut one for his special benefit. His education makes it necessary." So those are our axioms that we're going to use to get started with the program. We got about 8 minutes after. We're going to take a break. I see my brother OG Capone is on and waiting, and we got others that are going to be with us tonight. Brother Teddy and Brother OG, he invited a couple of more brothers to come on, and we're going to have discussion about the upcoming Real Talk Tour that will begin in Tupelo, Mississippi. So, dear brothers and sisters, we're going to, hold on, I got people calling me. What's going on? Let me see who this is. This is my brother. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Najee. What's going on, man?
Oh, walaikum salam, sir. I don't see live podcast, man. I ain't find it.
Yeah, we're on, brother. What you need to do is go up to there where it says live and click on live and just scroll down until you see the 10K Fearless Tri-State Podcast, or refresh your screen. But we are definitely live and the audience hear you, brother. I had to answer your call.
Oh, praise be to Allah. Oh, man.
Yeah, but
look,
do that,
I just
brother.
wanted to give peace greetings to everybody. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, brothers and sisters, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get, hold on now. What's going on with this? Oh, okay. I see. But, brothers and sisters, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back after these commercial announcements. Yeah.
Shake's famous seasonings, flavors for every occasion. Want to add a touch of authentic flavor to any dish? Searching for a unique range of seasonings that always put great taste on the menu? Welcome to Shake's famous seasonings. Whether you're a professional chef, passionate home cook, or a complete beginner in the kitchen, taste and flavor should always be on the menu. It's why Master Chef Rashid Muhammad has combined more than 30 years in the kitchen with a passion for mouth-watering flavors to create a range of seasonings unlike any other. Always gluten-free, so you can enjoy great taste exactly how nature intended. Versatile flavors that work with fresh fish, chicken, or vegetables from the very first bite. Authentic cooking experience that adds something special to any occasion. Versatile seasonings that are perfect for baking, frying, grilling, and plenty of tasting. Ready for real, authentic flavor? When it's time to see just how delicious seasoned foods can be, why wait? With With the click of a button, you can have 30 years of passion for food sent direct to your door. Just what you need to add flavors to every occasion and create meals that you'll always want to eat twice.
Place your order at sfseasonings.com. That's sfseasonings.com.
Taste the difference. Taste Supreme. Enjoy our 100% natural Supreme spring water with natural calcium and magnesium, but zero fluoride and zero chloride. Our bottles are BPA free. Order yours today. Call us at 800-573-8033. That's 800-573-8033. Or visit us online at www.supremespringwater.com. Live supreme. Be supreme. Drink supreme. Supreme Spring Water, 801 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard, Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30314.
The Urban Indulgence Bath and Body Boutique. At Urban Indulgence, we pride ourselves on offering quality, effective skincare. Handcrafted with plant-based, skin-loving ingredients, our soaps and body butters will give you luxurious lather and ultimate moisture. Experience the Urban Indulgence at 3314 Poplar Avenue in Memphis, 3 blocks west of Poplar Plaza, or shop with us online at theurbanindulgence.com. theurbanindulgence.com.
Worldwide, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Download the Final Call radio app and take us everywhere. On your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also log on to finalcall.com and click the Listen Live button or finalcallradio.com. Final Call Radio, the official voice of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam.
What's your source for truth in news reporting?
Justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Where do you turn for non-corporate driven news that's fair and balanced?
No shoot. No shoot.
Subscribe to the Final Call News, your #1 free and independent news source that delivers hard-hitting national and international news coverage of today's political, economic, and social issues. To subscribe to local home delivery, call us at area code 662-252-8999. That's 662-252-8999. Visit our website at www.finalcall.com.
10,000 fearless on the move.
Yes, and we are back live here at the 10K Fearless Tri-State Podcast. Once again, I am your brother, your friend, your host, Abdul Shahid Muhammad of the Holly Springs, Mississippi Study Group. We're at about that time where we need to get our farm report in, and once we get that farm report, we're going to move over. I see my brother, Ambassador Strong, on, brother. Yeah, I'm thinking you are the person that Brother O.G. Capone was telling me about. If that is you, sir, I'm going to send you an invite, and you should see it come up on your phone, and just click accept, and I will bring you into the dashboard, and you will be able to be heard, sir. You should see it right about now. But until then, I'm waiting to hear from my brother William, and before we get that, now the Urban Indulgence Bath and Body Boutique can also be visited inside of the Painted Tree, located in the Wolf Chase area here in the city of Memphis. They're located at 8045 Giacosa Plaza. And make sure you go inside there at the Painted Tree. You can get you some of the Urban Indulgence Bath and Body Boutique products. I see, brother, where you accepted the invitation, but you should be coming on. Make sure you have a user ID and log in where you've logged in, brother, with the user ID and a password onto the Podbean app. You'll have to be logged on in order to come in through dashboard. Still waiting on my brother Teddy and one more other brother to come on. But until then, I'm waiting on Brother William, because we got to grow some food around here, brothers and sisters. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has said to us, the millionaires of the future are going to be the farmers, because it's one thing that people need all of the time, and that is food. You're going to eat every day, and you're going to drink something every day. Hopefully it's water and that which is beneficial to our health and well-being. hopefully we will do that. But until Brother William comes on, Brother William, you're going to make me skip you tonight, brother, because we got some important people that we want to get to this conversation. But until then, we want to send shouts out to the brothers and sisters that logged on. I see your brother Keith. I see you. I see your brother Najee is on. Who else is on? I see a whole lot of people engaging. I see my brother Ricky is on and others. And if I don't call your name, don't be mad at me. Just want to send a few shout out to those of you that have decided to join us tonight. And it is always, brothers and sisters, our humble prayer that what we share from this platform will be beneficial to us in our spiritual growth and development, and to serve as guidance in troubling times, and to unify us in our efforts to improve the quality of life and the life outcomes of ourselves and our people, particularly our young. And here go my brother William. Now he's calling in. Assalamu alaikum, brother William. Hold on, let me get you on. There we go. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, sir, I can hear you. Yes, sir, I can hear you, brother. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, my lord. How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. You got a little background noise there, but that's good. But hey, listen, we need that farm report, man. What we got growing in the ground to feed ourselves.
Yes, sir. For the local project we're working on, we got things coming up. We got the cabbage, we got the green bean, we got the young squash, and we got the zucchini.
Great.
And I think some carrots as well, sir.
Some carrots, yes. Because I know, brother, a couple of Sundays ago, we was out there on Tammy's garden. We was tilling, had our boots on. I got dirty too, man. We planted some seeds, and I went back a couple of Sundays later. Man, we see something coming up out of the ground. So brothers and sisters in Holly Springs, Mississippi, if you're right there in Holly Springs, in a few more weeks, we're going to have some stuff pulled up out the ground that we're going to want to present and make available to feed our people. Is that good? What else you got, my brother? That's the local. What you got on the state and the national level?
Yes, sir. On the state farm, we got butternut squash that are actually yellow squash and green beans that planted. When they started coming up, damage is went through the entire crops of the squash green beans. So we got to do both.
Yes, sir. I don't know why tonight, man, we got a dip in and a dip out tonight. Normally we don't have that audio issue with you when you call in, but I think we got the gist of what you said concerning the State Farm, brother. But you just know, family, if you're listening in, and I'm sure you are, I'm looking at you all on the dashboard, we do have something growing at the state level. So, I got somebody coming in. Who is this? Yeah, that's my brother. Teddy Ted. I see you stand by, my brother. We'll be starting this conversation in a very few minutes, in about 3 to 5 more minutes. What we got on the national level, brother William? Coming out of
yes, sir,
Nation of Islam's farms.
Yes, sir. On the national, originally he planted a large supply of broccoli, and there were a few other things, cabbage. That's also another thing on the state level, about 300 to 400 head of cabbage.
300-400 head of cabbage. Great. Praise is due to Allah.
So hopefully pretty soon, the broccoli, there's a few other things out there, I think it's rutabaga and cabbage and something else. They'll be coming up soon. I'm on standby just waiting. And we hope the storm doesn't do too much damage. I'm supposed to be coming straight to the area.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That hurricane coming up from the Gulf, man, we are prayerful to Allah that he will spare our seeds in the ground, man, because we are trying to make some headway in the way of providing goods and services. And one of the number one things that we have to be able to do, brother, and that is eat. That is a daily engagement, of course, unless we're fasting for a couple of days or two. But generally speaking, our people need to eat, man. So, and we're trying to do our little part to aid in that process. So, Brother William, man, once again, brother, we are always thankful to you for bringing us information and news on what we got growing. So as soon as we get something out of the ground, we'll be bringing it to 165 North Memphis Street at the Holly Springs Study Group there in Holly Springs and making it available on a first come, first served basis now. So I'm going to get mine. So, Brother William, thank you, brother. Till next time, brother. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. That was our brother and friend, Brother William Muhammad with the Farm Report. This time, brothers and sisters, we're going to move forward. Tonight we have on as our special guest from Growth and Development, our brother O.G. Capone, and we also have our brother out of Tupelo, Mississippi, brother Teddy Cobb. And I want to preface tonight's program before I begin to ask these brothers some questions and allow them to introduce themselves. I want to start with some words from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and an excerpt from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said these words way back around June. In fact, it was on June 25th, 1989. He said these words, and think about what's happening today as I read his words. He said, quote, "Our community and black youth in particular are about to become the victims of a conspiracy emanating from the government of the United States that is designed to bring about the destruction of our youth. I say it again. The government of the United States of America is planning an assault on the black community specifically aimed at our youth. And the conspiracy is so deep and so diabolical that many of you will not even believe that at this very moment that I am talking to you, your lives hang in the balance whether you are living in Chicago, Detroit, Boston, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, or any city in America. Black youth, particularly black young men, are at risk today, and unknowingly, brothers, you are playing into the hands of your enemy, and he is using you to set up your destruction and using the fear and pain of your mothers to call for your destruction," end quote. Those are words from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, June 25th of 1989, entitled, from a lecture entitled Revealing the Conspiracy, Youth, Gangs, Violence, and Drugs. So if we fast forward and if we reflect on the time that he said that leading up to 2024, we have seen an acute increase in fratricidal conflict, meaning the loss of life amongst our people, particularly between our young men, beefs and smoke, as they call it on the street. Our brothers in street tribes have been at odds with one another, and there have been those within those tribes who have been fighting and calling for peace. But it seems as though the enemy has entrenched themselves among us, and those who look like us entrenched themselves and are keeping it up, or keeping the confusion going. I'm reminding of a memo that came out, and before that memo, the counterintelligence program. One of their denial objectives that we often forget, which was objective number 5, they said a final goal should be to prevent the long-range growth of black militant organizations, especially among the youth. Specific tactics to prevent these groups from converting young people must be developed. So they never wanted our young brothers and sisters to be a part of the struggle for justice for black people. So I'm going to put a pin in it right there. I want to bring our brothers on and let me unmute them. We got Brother O.G. Capone. Brother O.G., you there, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Good. Loud and clear, we hear you. And also my brother Teddy. Brother Teddy, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Man, we're blacktastic and getting better. Let's give them a round of applause as they come on. Brothers, first let me say this, man. Thank you, the both of you, very much for accepting our humble invitation to come on our platform. We have some things coming up down in Tupelo, an event coming up entitled Real Talk Tour. And it is a collaboration between the Nation of Islam's Holly Springs, Mississippi Study Group and Big We Global. Yes, yes. So, brothers, I want to start by allowing you, each of you, in any order you see fit, to introduce yourselves to our listening audience.
You can go first.
Well, personally, okay, I'll go first.
Yes,
Personally,
sir.
my name, they call me O.G. Capone, you know what I'm saying? I represent the teaching of growth and development, and also I'm a senior ambassador for the Big East.
You went out, Brother OG.
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. We got you now.
Okay, as I was saying, I'm representing the teaching of the growth and development, and I'm also a senior ambassador for the Big Reach.
Yes, sir. He went out again.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, you start, but then you'll go out for some reason.
Y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir. I hear you now, but you'll start and then you'll
I
fade.
think that's where he's stopping at. I think that's where he's stopping.
Okay, continue, my brother, please.
Oh yeah, like I said, y'all hear me now, right?
Yes, sir. I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, like I said, I'm OG Capone. I'm a representative of the teaching of the growth and development, and also I'm a senior ambassador for the Big Reach.
Okay, great. Praise be to Allah. All right, my brother, brother Teddy Mack, please, brother, introduce yourself.
Okay. Also, I'm in the teaching of growth and development. I'm first coordinator in Lee County of growth and development, and also I'm an ambassador with the Big We.
Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Well, brothers, thank you for that introduction. And we're prayerful, brother. I want to have a fruitful conversation, man. Just got a few questions concerning what's going on or what is upcoming down in Tate County and the city of Tupelo, Mississippi, specifically. I want to start by asking Brother Teddy. Brother Teddy, what inspired this idea, man? You visited us in Holly Springs, study group there, and we developed a line of communication. I have an affinity for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I think you're a solid cat, and we've talked extensively, and I get good energy from you, man. And I know that Brother Najee kind of kept up with you while you were going through your ordeal with the system. And when you came out, brother, he invited you up to be with us, and you came. And we've just established a rapport. So, brother, what inspired the idea of going into Tupelo, Mississippi, the community and whatnot, and having this peace rally? What inspired you to do that?
Well, sadly to say, my nephew uncle was stabbed down here. He bled out at the store. He tried to make it to the store at Sprint Mart on Eastern Boulevard in Lee County. It was an altercation between him and another brother, and it was over a woman. And that kind of inspired me to, just draw a line in the sand, like we got to stop this violence and, try to do something about it. We've been having like a couple of murders since I've been out. That was just one of the ones that I guess you could say hit home because I knew both parties involved. So I was already tapped in with the FOI. So I see that y'all was already doing something to stop the violence. So I wanted to tag team with y'all and see if we could just get something done about it. Maybe if we could just have a rally down there, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that'll get everybody involved and try to get everybody on the same accord. But we can slow down this killing, man. Sometimes that's what it takes, unity down here in our city. When they see a lot of unity,
right,
all for the same cause, that usually make brothers tap in. It don't just dead everything. It can still go up at any time down here, man, because we got a lot of young people down here, and them are the main people doing it, is the young crowd. So not the older guys in our age group. I'm 34. We grew up fighting with our hands, but the younger crowd, they don't know nothing but draw a gun, man. So we're just trying to see if we could just put a stop to that.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. And Brother OG, from your perspective, brother, I know Brother Teddy, he got with his higher-ups and he contacted the brothers like yourself. And what inspired you to, want to be a part and be in agreement with what Brother Teddy was inspired to do?
Well, like I say, I hope y'all hear me, but like I said,
yes, sir, we hear you.
It's one of more like an inspiring, because I have been doing this for, numbers of years, trying to get people to change their narrative for how we do things. It's not just in Mississippi, but all over the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trying to enlist folks to understand the importance of unity. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Once we can enhance the importance of unity, then I think we can solve majority of the problem. So we out here now with people just, you know, they want to point their fingers at this person. I want to point their fingers at that person when you only got to point your finger at yourself.
Yes, sir.
It starts with you, you know.
That's right.
And like I say, it's you know, this been going over for time for years. You know what I'm saying? And, us, you know, us versus us. At one point in time, it was, you know, all us was together.
Right.
To go against the right person, to whatever the case might be. You know, we was together at one point in time. But, you know, like I say, time, courses, generations, you know, and everything changes at that time. You know, the shooting, they just like to just pass the law to that you got, you know, you can tow guns. Majority of all the laws they passing out now, it wouldn't pass out back then.
Right.
You know, so now we fighting against not only just the government, but we fighting against ourselves because now they legalized stuff that they said we couldn't do at first. As for killing, as for same sex, and for whatever the case might be, you can't how to discipline your kids now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All these things that they have put in place now is to handle us. And you know, it made us it made us look at things more differently. Even the government had played major parts when it come down to our women. They were like, hey, if we don't take care of them, we'll take care of them. We'll put them in the house, but y'all can't go stay with them.
Right. That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
sir.
I mean, it's a lot going on when we talk about what's going on in the world today. You know, I also have, you know, the big read. I also have the guy, Ambassador Mr. Strong on here. He's one of the guys that first started. He started the big week.
Praise be to Allah. You said that's brother. That's brother. I saw him on here early. Where is it, Brother Strong? Yes, sir. Shout out to Brother Strong, man of Big We Global. Man, I see you on the dashboard. I was trying to invite him in to be part of the conversation. But for some reason, if you see one of those call-in circles, press it, brother. And if it's okay with the brothers, man, you are welcome to come and tell us about Big We Global. But brother, man, brothers, your voices are voices that are not often heard, you know, and it's really something people want to talk about what's happening in our neighborhoods. But I'm of the mind they want to talk to, whoa, what happened with that? Okay, I don't, okay. Y'all are still there, brother? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, my dashboard did something real funny, but at any rate, we're good. But as I was saying, one of the things that happens is people want to say, talk about what's happening in our community, but they talk over and around the people that they really need to communicate with, to me. And as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is inspiring us to do and encouraging us to do, is to go and talk to the people that we need to talk to. And that's brothers like yourself, our young brothers in the street, you know. So I want to, before I ask the next couple of questions, because these questions are going to be good. Well, I'll go ahead and ask one of them. I think I can ask one of them before I want to play another excerpt of the minister talking about the 10,000 fearless. But as the word spreads in Tupelo, of course, because I seen Brother Teddy been standing on business. I love to hear him say that. He's been standing on business, you know, out in the community, man, doing work, laying groundwork, you know, publicizing, posting online, letting people know what's coming up in Tupelo. So, Brother Teddy, as word spread in Tupelo and in surrounding cities, and what has been the response, as you see it, of the people and even some of the street tribes down in that area? What has been the response of the people so far, as you see it?
Yeah, a lot of people, they like what's gonna happen. It's a couple of people down here that may be a little, I guess I'm trying to find the right word. I don't really want to say necessarily that it's envy or jealousy. It's just more of a confusing look that they're giving out right now, because a lot of people don't understand what we're doing. They looking at it like when they see the Nation of Islam next to GD, that whoa, like that don't mix. But a lot of people don't understand the teachings of the Nation of Islam. I myself don't fully understand everything at this moment, but I do understand enough to say that I do believe in the teaching of the ministry. I do. I think it's the closest thing that we have toward our natural roots. So a lot of guys are more confused by what's going on than just necessarily not wanting it to happen. I guess it's like kind of like this. There's a lot of people down here that's doing things also with the stop the violence. So they're trying to make it a competition, but us personally, we got a group down here called Save Ourselves. Of course, if we can, like Capone said earlier, if we can't, it does start with us. So if we can't save ourselves, then how can we save somebody else?
That's right.
So we've been trying to just really bring everybody together from a peace perspective. But it's more like a competition to a lot of people out here. But again, it's never been about competition with us. When you get tired of just looking on the news seeing bodies drop left and right, and these are all mothers' children. That's you know what I'm saying, and they happen to throw a funeral the next week, and half of them don't have the money to even prepare for things in that nature.
Man,
it's quite sad. So
yes,
a lot of people are excited about it, and then it's a lot of people that's, like I said, more confused about it. But I think all in all, there's going to be a good event once we get out there and get it started, and people actually just come out there and just hear the teaching. Because I'm gonna be honest, like when I first heard you speak, student minister,
yes, sir.
it opened up my eyes to a lot of things that I didn't see at first. So you did inspire this as well.
Well,
I
brother,
can't take all
Allah
the
is
credit.
inspired. All praise is due to Allah. That's what we say as Muslims, man.
I can't take all credit for that. Also,
Yes, sir.
like I said, Brother Strong, like I said, like Capone said, he is the founder of the Big We. So I was also in prison when he first told me the things that they were doing up there in Chicago, bringing all the organizations together under one umbrella to function out there to stop the violence. Because we think we got a lot of killings, but up there, man, I'm talking about they on the hour every hour. So
yes, sir.
yeah, so I tapped in with him as well.
Okay.
And I just been trying to just bring the circle, like, because I see what it did to me. It kind of changed my perspective of life. When you put yourself around positive people, they got the same agenda as you do, where things can get accomplished. So I'm thinking, like, unity is everything to me. So the more people we can rally up down here,
yes, sir,
when it's taking place, I feel like that'll be a good start. It may not just completely stop the violence, but I think it'll be a good outlook for the city.
Of course, of course. And you know, brother, you made me think of the William Lynch formula for controlling slaves. And one of his primary tools, or some of them, were fear, distrust, and envy to control us. So that is something, a tactic that has been used to keep this unity going. And I got to let you all know our big brother has joined us. Brother Strong is on the dashboard. Brother Strong, chime in, brother. You there?
Blessings. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, my brother. Thank you for getting on, man. Welcome to the platform, 10K Fearless Tri-State. But I'm going to play something that the family down in Mississippi, you brothers may have heard it from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and what he desires to happen in the wake of 10-10-15. It was the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. And the minister made a request of 10,000 brothers and sisters. So I want you all to listen at this, and we'll get back and we'll continue the conversation. It's only about 3 minutes long. So check this out, brothers, and I'm going to go on mute, and we'll come right back.
Justice. I'm not going to Washington demanding justice from Washington.
That's right. That's right.
Nobody can give you justice if in the nature they don't have the nature of God. I'm not dealing with somebody that's in the nature of God. I'm dealing with somebody that is contrary to the nature of God, and every day their actions prove it. So wait, why should I go to Washington to demand of them what they can't give, don't want to give, don't have the will to give? I'm going to make a case. Listen to this. You out there saying to the world how terrible it is for Cuba with their human rights abuses. You go to China and you talk about their human rights abuses. You go to Russia, you talk about their human rights abuses. So I want to bring your abuses before your face and before the world. I've asked, wait, listen. I'm asking all the mothers that have been killed by judicial impropriety by the police, come to Washington, bring the picture of your child. But what about you black people killing each other? Worse than the police killing us. Huh? See, I would be a hypocrite if I went and said to white people, you wrong for killing us. They've been killing us ever since we met them. So killing us is nothing new for them. But our killing of one another is new. And that has to be addressed. So I said, I'm looking for 10,000 fearless men out of the million. That death is sweeter than living under tyranny. So the media said, Farrakhan said, he's looking for 10,000 fearless men to rise up and kill all white people. My God, I mean, I'm passionate, but I'm not stupid. Killing all white people with 10,000. Yeah, right. And I never said what the 10,000 were going to do.
Go ahead. That's right.
But I'll tell you. See, we need 10,000 fearless men to go inside the black community and stand in between the guns of the gangs and then settle this with conflict resolution and bring peace in our own community. That's not killing white people.
Yes, sir. Now, those are the words of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, brothers. 10,000 fearless. And we know when doing this kind of work that you all are doing and that we are desirous of doing and have been doing in many cities. And I believe this is kind of like the genesis of something great in Mississippi in the areas that we are in. What are your thoughts about what he just said, brothers?
If I can jump in on that.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead, Brother Strong.
Okay. Well, looking at it, I agree 110% wholeheartedly. As far as us needing to save us not being the ones that go into the very system that put on our neck and asking them to help us along the line. I do believe that the answer lies within because the answer is based on spiritual deception,
Yes, sir.
spiritual misinformation. Within our communities, we have a habit of treating the symptoms and not looking for the root.
Yes, sir.
Within a gang issue, gangs are tribal in nature, but if misdirected, it becomes violent, uncontrollable, chaotic. But if you got a tribe that's organized, which can be called a business, a club, a group, etc., with a plan and an objective, then we can be positive and productive.
Yes, sir.
So changing the mind state of these young men, because see, we call them the problem, but they're not the problem. These seeds that we see today, the fruit that we see today, the seeds were planted many, many years ago.
That's right.
And over time, there has been generational disconnect. Slowly but surely, we've been disconnecting further and further away from our true identity and becoming what is honored in today's society, the real nigga.
Come on, brother.
You know, we no longer see value in a hard day's work and taking care of our family. It's real for you to take penitentiary chances to feed your family who you can't feed once you're incarcerated for 20, 30 years, or who you can't feed once you in the ground.
That's right.
See, we lie through our actions because they contradict our words. We say that we don't want these things, but these are the things we glorify. Our movies are made displaying us killing one another, selling poison to one another, pimping our women, etc.
Yes, sir.
Our heroes are those who are known for terrorizing the blocks and poisoning and killing. Those are the ones we hoist on our shoulders and celebrate, while we ridicule the guy that has to catch the bus to get to work every day to make sure he's there to provide for his family. See, when we begin to make these things taboo, when we begin to make these things no longer honorable to do within the community, when you are shunned, when you come around and that's who you are, then we'll begin to see change. But it's in the individual growth, the individual understanding of self, of purpose. So
Yes, sir.
with the Big We Global Peace Ambassador program, we knew we couldn't simply go out and tell you to put the guns down without helping you to understand the why. But not just why you need to put them down, but why you have them in the first place.
That's right, brother.
See, when a person is broken, see, we think about, oh, he ain't got no money, he ain't got no house, he ain't got no job. But we have to go back to how you truly break a person is by robbing them of the hope, robbing them of the idea of possibility.
That's right. That's right.
When you make me, there is nothing left for me, then why should I try? This is when we go into the idea of what O.G. Capone was talking about. We have to change the narrative.
Right.
How do we change the narrative? By introducing the possibility of hope. How do we introduce the possibility of hope? By uniting and first taking small victories and allowing that snowball to effect to happen. See, right now we don't want to do it unless everybody's involved.
That's right, brother.
But we have to individually become the changes that we want to see. These rallies and things that we're holding where they say, hey, you've done enough talking. No, because you see, it's somebody in that crowd that's listening. It's somebody in that crowd that's just waiting on the spark to ignite that passion that's been hid inside of them, to alleviate that doubt. Understand that they're not afraid. So when we expose these things, we put the lights and we have these peace rallies and we come together, it gives us an ability to network, to find like-minded individuals, to tap into the power of unity, to tap into the power of community, to reestablish family value, the thing that's gone. Because, see, we ran in the house and closed the blinds and closed the windows to get away from all the chaos and confusion.
Yes, sir.
But we left our children in the street. And they don't understand what's going on, so they out here just wilding out. Because you don't hear parents being blamed, well, these kids are doing this, these kids are doing that. Where are all the people that are responsible for these children?
That's right. Yes, sir.
What are they doing? So we have to get every individual. That's why we say it's about us all becoming the change we want to see. If I see something in my community, it's not, we don't have the luxury of waiting on somebody anymore. We have to become change. And it's not something that'll happen overnight. It's a gradual process. You plant a seed, you must nurture it in order for it to grow.
Yes, sir. Man, brother, thank you. Man, I'm sorry. No, if you're not done, continue.
I mean, it's basically summed it up, but this is what we're doing. We're trying to, with the Big We, we're trying to re-educate.
Yes, sir.
We're going against decades and decades of miseducation.
Yes, sir.
So one truth that keeps us going is a pinhole of light destroys the darkness. So if we can just poke that one hole of light through all of the falsehoods, all of the misconceptions, all of the lies, if we can poke that one hole of light, it's what they call in the courtroom establishing reasonable doubt.
That's right.
If my heart believes that this all I was destined for, and then somebody comes in this room and shows me that something is possibly different,
that's an avenue of light. That's an avenue of light.
Bro.
And you know, brother, it was Senator Henry Berry in 1832, right in the wake of the Nat Turner uprising, who bragged that they had just about closed every avenue whereby light may enter the mind of the slave. And they do the same thing today. And this is why hip hop culture has been weaponized. Because I know coming up when I was young, hip hop was very positive, man, especially beginning in the 80s after the Jack the Rapper convention. But that light that you're talking about, Brother Strong, you are absolutely right, brother. And you remind me of, when we improve ourselves in the Nation of Islam, we have a course of study, and we're on via Zoom out of Holly Springs every Wednesday and Friday night. And we have a course of study entitled Self-Improvement is the Basis for Community Development. And it's an introspective study course whereby we look within self, because the answer to our problems and the solution to our problems is sitting right up inside of one another. We just got to shed light on it like a plant needs sunlight and water or wisdom, then we can begin to grow. So, man, brother, thank you for that. And let me unmute the rest of my brothers. Y'all had a little background noise, Brother Teddy and Brother OG, I just kind of muted you all for a minute or two so our brother could be heard clearly. But brothers, man, continuing this conversation, we're almost at the top of the hour. 8 o'clock, we're going to take another quick break. I want to highlight something in terms of how the world and people around the world, and matter of fact, I'm going to go, although this person is based in Atlanta, she represents a country that was concerned with the movement of young black people in America. And it was the Black Lives Matter movement at its inception, And of course, there's been talk about how it's been commandeered and been funded and been taken. Well, that's nothing new. They've always taken our movements where they saw they were going in the right direction. They would always send somebody in among us and infiltrate or monetize it in such a way that they can take it off its original focus. But this is the woman, her name is Judith Varnay-Shorer. She is an Israeli consulate in Atlanta, Georgia, back in 2016. She said these words. Now, this is an Israeli consulate. Now, Israel. Now, this woman said the major problem with Israel is the young generation of the black community. This is quote from her. Now, one would ask themselves, well, wait a minute. How are young people a problem in the black community in America, and we struggling just to make sense of what's happening in our community? And how are we a problem? Now, what we have to understand, brothers and sisters listening, properly organized as black people has always been a threat to white supremacy and to those who want to maintain an inordinate control of the affairs of black folk and our black communities. So brothers like Brother Strong and Brother Teddy and Brother OG Capone and other brothers like you all that are working to try to organize our young people and to facilitate the way for them to see a better path in life, you will be seen as a threat. Now, I preface that by saying to ask the next question or to go into the next series of questions. What can you tell us about what's coming up with the Real Talk Tour? What can we expect to see? Because based on what's presented, there's going to be envy. And those persons that are envious can be weaponized against us, because people will come in among us. But I want you, either one of you, Brother Teddy, what can we expect to see at the Real Talk Tour in Tupelo this October?
Excuse me. More than likely, I feel like it's all around going to be a good event. Excuse me one more time. I think that for the most part, everything gonna go smoothly. I think it's gonna open the eyes to a lot of individuals because, like I said, what we got planned is it's good fruit. It's good positive fruit. It's what the city needs to hear. A lot of stuff get promoted down here as far as concerts and monster trucks and all these other kind of events, but I think this is going to be one of the biggest things to hit the city, what we're doing. Mm-hmm. So I just I pray to Allah that it just goes real smoothly. And just everybody gets something out of it. For the most part, we're gonna have house of bounces out there as well. So we'll have a vendor, so it'll be good food out there for them. Things for their children to do in that nature. Why everybody can just kind of just tune in and focus on what the brothers are gonna speak on and the topic we're gonna speak on. But for the most part, I feel like it's gonna be a good event.
Yes, sir. Great. What about either one of you can answer this? I heard the minister, one of the things that he desired for 10-10-15 was the mothers who have lost sons and children to gun violence. He inspired or asked them to come and to bring the photograph of their young person that was lost. What do you all think about it? Is that part of the plan as well, or can that be introduced as one of the things that we make available or petitions we send out to the mothers of the community?
I think that'll be a good idea.
I can answer that.
Yes, sir.
You know, I think it would be most benefit for the females to get involved into our activities that concerning anything that when it comes to unity, because the females, believe it or not, are the strong points in our future with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they are the ones who produce the children with help. But you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we need the female voices. I say a lot of I'm gonna go back a little bit when it comes down to the communities.
Yes, sir.
As far as community goes, we have to do better in the community. It's not just back in the day they had what you call it was neighborhood watch, right?
Right.
And they niggatized it for y'all keep the neighborhood. You was able to keep crimes and stuff down like that. They gave you a notion to do that, but over the course of time, other people move the neighborhood. They like, man, y'all ain't nothing but snitches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this and that. Hey, we ain't finna do that no more. So they disbanded the neighborhood watch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it left the community. So now they feel like they unsafe now because they can't tell now because they not protected by anybody. You feel me?
Right.
So and when it comes down to the community, it ain't like it used to be. Back then you could talk to each other kids, you could whoop each other kids, and parents, they understand. Hey, okay, anything happens, breaking house, we gonna take care of business. But now it ain't like that no more. A lot of people blame the street guys for their children failure out here in the street. But it's not the street guy. It starts in house.
Right.
And when you got guys like me and Strong and Teddy and other good guys that I know from different tribes that go and try to talk with the kids and do this, parents, some parents, not all of them, don't even want you talking to their kids.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Oh no, you don't need to talk to him. But soon as things get something happen to their kids, then now they want to point finger at us. Why you ain't call? Why what? Why you let this happen to my kids? You just told me don't deal with your children.
Man, you hitting that on the head there. That's true. That is the truth.
So I mean, how can we save them if the parents won't let us help them? You feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
It's a lot when you talk about community. See, it's a lot of non-profit organizations that have tried to get me to come, get involved with them. But as I sat down and talked to some of them, they even wanted to pay me, but they wanted to pay me to lie. You too? They don't want me to tell the kids, hey, if you keep doing this, you're gonna die.
Right.
Or you keep doing this, you're gonna go to jail. They want me to tell the kids, look here, hey, just stop, you're gonna be all right. You feel me?
Right.
If you do this, you do that, you're gonna be all right. No, man, you ain't gonna be all right. They didn't want that. That's why there's so many different non-profit organizations that kids don't believe, because you telling You telling them to do one thing. A lot of parents don't understand what they be doing to their children. If you
Right.
tell your kids in your home that, hey, you can't eat this, you can't do that, but yet you turn around and do it just the opposite of what you telling your children they can't do. They gonna look at you like, I mean, what's going on? You
That's
feel?
right. Yes, sir.
So our rules and regulations that you make, it has to be applied for everybody in the house, grown and old, and young. You feel me?
That's right,
So-
brother.
And when they come into these streets, you got to start teaching the children about the streets. Don't hide them from the street, because when they come in the street, you got guys out here, females out here, don't care about them because they're not blood tied.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
You got some guys and females that they might have children 16, 17 years old that they won't allow to do it, but they'll take your kids 16, 17 years old and tell your kid to do it. So while they kid at home safe. You feel me?
I got you, brother. Yeah.
And it's go with, like I said, man, it start with us. We got to stop with that. We can't tell on this person that. You know what I'm saying? Hide your kid. Okay, it's a couple incidents I've seen that happen. That one particular guy, youngster had killed, had did some killing, and their parents hid them out, right? But see, they wasn't tripping. But
Good.
as soon that another parent had did some stuff to their kid, to their family, now it's all kinds of problems. Oh man, y'all, see, this kid over there, but your kid that did the same thing. You right now,
Right.
So why can't that parent hide his kid?
See, that's hypocrisy,
Now,
brother.
Right. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot of when it comes down to. I don't want to dwell on the past because we can't change the past. We can only learn from the past.
Right.
But it's a whole lot of things that's going on that people trying to relive the past to make it out of the future.
That's right. That's
see what
right,
I'm
brother. I got you, OG.
Right. They trying to relive the past to make it out of the future. That ain't gonna work.
Not gonna work,
this
brother.
generation is different from back then.
They wired
And we-
totally different, brother.
Right. They ride different. The kids are more advanced and smart. They are more smart now than ever. These kids now, the 1 or 2 years old, they so smart. That is just ridiculous how smart they are now. But if you don't allow your kid to experience and you don't tell your kid the truth, you don't sit down and just listen to your kids. Some parents don't even listen to their kids. They be wanting to talk, but you have other things on your mind that you want to listen to your kids. Then when your kid come out here in the street looking for advice, they're going to get the wrong advice.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we got to do better as far as in the community, right? Now, as for what this event going to cause, our public events, whether with this event here, it's been event, being broadcast all over the world. You know what I'm saying? What this going to do, it ain't going to do nothing but it's going to bring out people.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're going to listen. Then they're going to come out. But what the message going to be? Is they going to be able to, when they leave there, to say, okay, what they just did, all right, now, hey, let's do this every week.
Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying? If it's
Gotcha.
something that's going to continue on, a message that can continue on to help us understand us, then we be doing something great. But if you just going to come and just say, okay, this and ain't nothing else going to come behind it,
Oh, boy.
then, we going to be still, at this notion.
Yes,
you feel
sir.
me? Still
Yes,
standing
sir.
Still,
Gotcha.
hey, ain't nothing else being put on. Yeah, we had a good word. They did a good show.
But no
Okay,
follow-up.
What's next?
No follow-up. Yes,
no
sir.
follow-up. So what's next? You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? Like you said, going and talk to the people that y'all vote. It's very important to vote. I mean, we're dealing with different tribes. And these tribes had different leaders. You know what I'm saying? Different leaders had different agendas. But yet, these leaders were smart enough to come together.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And you got a lot of these political leaders locked up, as they call them now. You know what I'm saying? And as we trying to get them out of jail, you know what I'm saying? It's still a long process.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? Because don't nobody want to learn and listen to anything in the concerning the youth. Not even when it comes, you got a lot of mamas now starting out at 14 years old.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
And we're the ones that's impregnating them, brother.
Right, we the ones pregnant. They 14 years old, and the boy might be 15. You feel me?
Yeah.
So they still babies. Right?
Babies having babies like Sly Stone, man.
Right. Babies having babies. So how can we? So once they have a baby, they consider themselves grown. You can't tell them nothing now.
That's right. That's right.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So I mean, it starts in home. If we can just get the parents to understand how important their children are to them, if they make their children important to them, then out here in these streets, we make them important to us.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You feel me?
Got you. Now, listen, brother, we're at the top of the hour. We're going to take a break, brothers and sisters, and we're going to come back because I want to talk about some actionable items and some potential follow-up in the wake of what's coming up on October 26th in Tupelo, Mississippi. Brothers and sisters, we'll be right back after these commercial announcements.
That use their religion and their so-called belief in God as an excuse not to stand up and confront their enemy is my people. Negroes are the only people I know that
Ghost. I ain't dead. It's a pleasure to give my life just to live forever. He who weaponizes the blood of martyrs said, get your children ready for the slaughter. Blame the patriarchy, thank your fathers. But every racist devil had a racist mama. When strange fruit meets forbidden fruit, your hands up today, don't shoot. So say my name. Really can't afford this price of fame. Who knew the guy had a boomerang and he called it karma? She ain't never shied away from no drama. From 1555 to 1955, we watched it intensify. Some still believe the lies, cause niggas too scared to believe they eyes. My fear died in the Tallahatchie. Rose from the dead, can't catch me. Patron saint of the get back. Gave birth to the hit back. Graduated to the click clack. Black Panthers and the black Muslims, yeah, devil this that. Paid back as a Karen with a pimp slap. You don't wanna miss that. Got the weight of the world on my back, devil lift that.
Worldwide, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Download the Final Call radio app and take us everywhere. On your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also log on to finalcall.com and click the Listen Live button or finalcallradio.com. Final Call Radio, the official voice of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam.
Taste the difference. Taste Supreme. Enjoy our 100% natural Supreme spring water with natural calcium and magnesium, but zero fluoride and zero chloride. Our bottles are BPA free. Order yours today. Call us at 800-573-8033. That's 800-573-8033. Or visit us online at www.supremespringwater.com. Live supreme. Be supreme. Drink supreme. Supreme Spring Water. 801 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard, Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30314.
The Urban Indulgence Bath and Body Boutique. At Urban Indulgence, we pride ourselves on offering quality, effective skincare. Handcrafted with plant-based, skin-loving ingredients, our soaps and body butters will give you luxurious lather and ultimate moisture. Experience The Urban Indulgence at 3314 Poplar Avenue in Memphis, 3 blocks west of Poplar Plaza, or shop with us online at theurbanindulgence.com. theurbanindulgence.com.
What's your source for truth in news reports?
Justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Where do you turn for non-corporate driven news that's fair and balanced?
No shoot.
Subscribe to the Final Call News, your #1 free and independent news source that delivers hard-hitting national and international news coverage of today's political, economic, and social issues. To subscribe to local home delivery, call us at area code 662-252-8999. That's 662-252-8999. Visit our website at www.finalcall.com.
10,000 fearless on the move.
Yes, we're back on the move, back live here with 10K Fearless Tri-State Podcast. Once again, I am your brother, your friend, and your host, Abdul Shaheed Muhammad. We have with us tonight our brother Teddy Cobb, MacG, brother OG Capone, and our ambassador Strong of Big We Global. We've been having a fruitful conversation. Brothers, I want to move to some actionable items. We don't have much time left in tonight's broadcast. What do you see going forward after we have the rally? We talk to people, we give them a good word, the mothers come, we enjoy one another's company, we establish a connection. And before I think we've already done that. Will there be initiatives to address the lack of employment opportunities and the need for our young men to be able to earn a livable wage? Is that part of the actionable items list? That we will begin to explore that, because we have to create our own opportunities, man, and strive to reach them. What say you, brothers, about that aspect of this movement among our people?
Let me say, okay, you want to go here, Strong?
Yeah, if I can, just speaking on something.
Yes, sir.
Going back to the education of our young brothers and sisters, because one of the biggest problems we have is the pursuit of immediate gratification. You know, the jobs aren't paying enough. They don't see the value in 9 to 5 punching nobody's clock.
Right.
All right. So there isn't an issue with not wanting to be in that type of situation, you know. But once we can help them to see within themselves and see their fullest potential, help them to reach their fullest goal, and to have the understanding of accountability, the understanding of integrity, the understanding of responsibility, the understanding of their why, their purpose, and what it is they want out of life and how to achieve those things. See, there's a lot of, once again, re-education that has to be applied, proper goal setting techniques, conflict resolution. I heard y'all mention that earlier.
Definitely. That's a big part of it.
So, you know, in the Big We offer the 8 rules of conflict resolution, as well as goal setting and things of that nature, in order to help you learn the skills to be successful. If I can teach you how to achieve the things you want out of life, it's okay to work a job knowing that it means to an end. I'm not going to be here forever. This is a stepping stone on the way to where I'm trying to go. You know, and understanding that who you are, what service do you have? Let's teach you how to do what you love, so that you can love what you're doing.
Yes,
Instead
sir.
of working a 9 to 5 and being miserable because you're punching somebody else's clock, making somebody else's dreams come to reality while you're barely holding on to life.
Right.
You know, this is what we have to stop.
Yes.
We have to get them to understand that your future doesn't revolve around a microphone, a basketball, or a football field. You know, you're not the entertainment. You weren't meant to be the entertainment.
That's right.
So we have to stop thinking that that's all that's out here for us. I remember time it was doctors and lawyers and things like this within our
in the community, school teachers, principals.
It's I'm trying to play ball, or I need a microphone so I can make this. But the thing is listen to the poison that's being spewed. But the poison is only being spewed on those microphones because we're paying for it. Because none of our children own these companies, and as we can see, these mega plantations, as I love to call them, they're pushing their own agenda. It's not about the artists.
Exactly. It's about a narrative. Yes, sir.
So what we're gonna do going forward, which we're already doing it now, is what we like to call a mental exodus. We're moving our people through that desert past that thought process of bondage. We're freeing the minds of mental the slavery.
Yes, sir.
You know, unbuckling them chains. You know, teaching you the politics. Within our next book that's coming out, we have a section called The Politics of I, Seeds of Accountability. Now, within that, we're teaching you the who, what, when, where, and why of being an individual. You know, and these things will help put them in a position to where they can make choices, because life is a series of choices.
Exactly.
So now you that are more proactive and geared towards accomplishing the things that you would like to accomplish as an individual. And once you become a well-rounded, 360-degree, full spectrum individual, knowledge of self,
right,
then no matter what collective you become a part of, you will be an asset and not a liability. You will enjoy your work because you will no longer be doing work that you feel you're forced to do. You will understand its purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
See,
sir.
see, the difference in today's young men's mind and yesterday's young men's mind was yesterday they understood the common enemy.
Mm.
Today,
We don't know
because
who
of
the
the
enemy
wars
is.
yesterday and the luxuries of today,
Mm-hmm.
we're fulfilling prophecy of getting wiser and weaker,
Mm-hmm.
which in turn will once again subjugate our people to being oppressed again.
Yes, sir.
Because as you get wiser and weaker, you are easily conquered.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Because you sit up and get fat on the calf now and drinking good wine and laughing
Mm-hmm.
and being merry while your opponents are over here in full-fledged training mode.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So this is what we have to reunite amongst the people, and this is what we're doing by classes. We have, we fighting the propaganda machine,
Of course.
and that's where we're losing the biggest battle at is against the propaganda machine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's in full force, and this is where the word of mouth, the oral tradition,
Mm-hmm.
have to kick back within our community.
Yes, sir.
We have to have passing the baton to the youth. We have to take responsibility not only for you, but share responsibility with you.
Yes, sir.
We
And
have to things together.
yes, sir.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I wanted to say quickly, brother, and this is when you said the propaganda. I think that's how you just put it. And see, brother, and to the audience, brothers and sisters, this is why you hear the commercial jingle every broadcast, the final call news. We have to have a mechanism, a conduit by which to get information to our people. And I'm going to be working, brother, to get this story, God willing, inshallah, as we say, published in the final call. So everybody around the country, anywhere that newspaper is sold, the final call is sold in more than 80 cities throughout America, Europe, and Africa. So it is my prayer, I'm going to be in touch with some of our writers for the final call, to have what will happen in October printed in the final call news, so everybody where that newspaper goes will know what OG Capone, what Teddy Mack, what Brother Strong is doing, and what the Nation of Islam is striving to get done. And one thing I understand, brother, these kinds of things are going to always attract enemies, so discipline is going to be key. And what you're saying, Brother Strong, and the principles that you are espousing, brother, are the exact same things we live by. And then there's self-improvement, man. We have to awaken to the responsibility that we have to build our own communities and make them safe and decent places to live. But in that process, those of us who are the tip of the spear, so to speak, and that's a word that my brother, student minister Abram, uses down there in Jackson, Mississippi. Meanwhile, shout out to the FOI throughout the state of Mississippi, brother student minister Abram and brother student minister Larry. Brother student minister Conway is down there in Tupelo, and to the captains and the brothers. But we self-improvement is the basis, man, and we have to clean up ourselves for those of us that are the tip of the spear, because they will use, if you study the history of any black person of note that was a strong leader and how they brought them down, they always went into their closet looking for skeletons to bring out to make that person look like far less than what they espouse in the eyes of black people, so that we would abandon them. That's the modern day tarring and feathering and lynching. The lynch tree is not an actual tree anymore, brother. It is the machinery of libel and media. That's what they'll use. So, and that is a hint to the wise amongst the brothers. When we come and put our hand to this plow, so to speak, to till the soil of the black community to produce new growth, just like when you farm, you're going to have to clean up and divorce ourselves from the kind of vices of life that the enemy use as an excuse, to investigate and to turn over. And, really, they don't need much of an excuse. They'll throw dirt on you, even though when you're clean. But brother, thank you for that, man. You are exactly right. Those are some of the things that we have to keep in mind in terms of creating opportunities and getting brothers to see. What do you all see the potential of agribusiness in Mississippi in particular? What do you all see in terms of agribusiness being a potential avenue whereby we can create what we're talking about, or what you just talked about, Brother Strong?
Well, I personally, I'm not in Mississippi, so I'm gonna have to leave that to Brother Mac and OG.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brother
Yeah,
Mac.
yeah. Like I say, go ahead, Mississippi. On the business criteria, trying to get, uh, get the youth to understand the importance of how, to get the black market back. It's gonna be kind of hard because, as you know, I got to tell this story, but even in Mississippi, in the Delta that I was at, it was a lot of black owners that had black stores. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
We talk about they own black stores. They own them, but at the time when they were selling out, it was we had black people to try to buy them out. You know what I'm saying? Try to get them the same equal value as the next, but instead of them selling to the black, they sold all these stores to the LA. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
And I didn't understand, and I was like, why would you keep the in the community, keep let up, But I noticed that black person don't want another black person to outdo them in their own business. They would let somebody else do it with a different color.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't, and when you talking about, see, that's changed the dynamic of the community right there. When they didn't sell to us and they sold to another different race, that hindered the community right there.
Exactly. You're right, brother.
You feel what I'm saying?
They don't do that.
Huh?
They don't do that. They don't allow us to come into their communities and set up business. But they always come into, and one of the things, brother, I live in Memphis, and I would ask the brothers on the corner in North Memphis and places where I would be while I'm at work. And I would ask them, brother, how is it that a man that can come from the other side of the world, almost, these people are from places like Yemen and in the Middle East, what would inspire them to come all the way around the globe almost to America and come in the black community to a community that, according to all appearances, is poor? But they will set up a corner store and make money hand over fist. And once they finish sucking the economic mammary gland of the black community, they sell it to their brother and they keep it moving. And I would tell them that, of course, they would say, well, I don't know, Brother Muhammad. I said, it's because, brother, we are a people who do not provide our own goods and services. If we would just sell each other what we eat and make it law. See, in the street tribes, I would tell them, why don't you make violation in the street tribe spending money with the opposition? Why would you take money out of our baby's mouth? Because, see, they don't do that. They don't patronize black businesses the way we patronize their businesses. And in a page from my brother, student minister Nuri Muhammad, he would say to us, and I love this saying, he said, we blame white folks for 95% of our problems, but we still spend 97% of our money with them. So that's a dynamic that we have to address, look at, and change. I think we should establish a black business directory for brothers and sisters that have a business, and have some kind of online directory or resource whereby when we're looking for a good and service that we can find among ourselves, we patronize ourselves. But I'm sorry, brother, I had to get that in. But brother, but go ahead, continue, and I want to hear from Brother Teddy on this too. But go ahead, Brother OG Capone.
Okay, but like I said, it's when we try to build, what I'm saying, like if you go to some of the, black communities, you see the difference, what I'm saying, a lot of stuff boarded up, and people wonder about, hey, why this place boarded up? That's what we used to have fun at. Well, let's build them boarded up. White folks, because y'all didn't buy it, right? The occasion bought the stuff and boarded up. Right. Have you noticed every time you go to the hood in the black, the park, some of the majority of the parks don't got, it's a park with no goals. It's a park with no screens. Mm-hmm. But when you go to the other side, it's everything there. Basketball goals, yard clean. You feel me?
Right.
I mean, we as blacks, we don't care, You know what I'm saying? We just sit in our home and just let it be. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk. We don't push like we pushed back in the day.
Right.
Because so now it's so many narrator folks got in their mind now that they can get all the help they want now. The government gonna help me now. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
I don't have to do as much. I can just sit in my house now, have these kids get me. I can live like the government.
Right.
Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no demands. Ain't no. I'm gonna teach my kids this. Hey, I'm gonna teach you how to be responsible. When you got the government helping you, so your kids ain't got long responsibility.
That's right.
From the home. So it's when we deal with, you know, we got to do better.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the bottom line.
We got to do better. We got to know, instead of letting your kids, you know, I used to take my nieces when they were little. I used to take them on the trap. I used to take them on the trap. I said, look here, I want y'all to see this. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I want y'all to see this. Now tell me what y'all see out here on this track. They like, oh, man, what's going on? I said, this, y'all see this? This what y'all want to be like when y'all grow up?
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
I see it.
You got to take your kids and show them what's out here is bad. But when they grow up, they be like, hey, I don't want no part of this. I already understand this, like, yo, because I was taught this as a new kid.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
It's still, I mean, it's a lot that we as parents can do to him, you know, to help our kids understand what the streets are like.
Yes, sir.
But like I say, it started with that. But I'm gonna end this and that Matt get his face on it.
Yes, sir. Brother Matt.
What's up, bro?
Man, go ahead, Brother Teddy. What you got, brother?
Okay, basically, man, I just want to say I'm thankful for the brothers I got, man, because they pretty much say everything I need them to say.
Man, come on now.
Me. Because like I said, like Capone just said, that's basically what goes on in Mississippi. Because I done been to more than just Lee County. It's like this everywhere down here. Like you said, people are too comfortable in their own shoes. We settle for less when we shouldn't be that way. It should be more on a level, like he said, where we need to be out here teaching our children, you know, labor. We need to be teaching them a way to survive, because like you said, they hooked on Section 8, they're hooked on food stamps, they're hooked on child support.
Right.
The list goes on. It's just like the government just feeds us, but if anything happens, we go into a depression and they cut all that off.
Oh, Lord,
everybody's gonna be looking crazy, like you know what I'm saying? Like, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? I don't got stamps coming in, so how I'm gonna feed my kids, or how I'm gonna pay these bills, you know, because they put me out this Section 8 house because it was, you know, it was government property. It wasn't never yours, whether it was a house or an apartment. And things in that nature, it just got to stop. Like when we were raised up, our father, my father, I mean, they didn't teach us those things. They were too busy trying to put food on the table for us. So they didn't have time to just stop and be like, hey, this is how you fish.
Right.
Or, hey, this is how you plant. So that's why with the group that I have down here in Lee County, we're actually investing into getting a piece of land so we can start a farming business. Now, true enough,
yes, sir.
We don't know how to farm, but I'm telling you what, we finna learn though.
Hey, brother.
You know,
yes,
because
sir.
I see that. I remember when you had a lesson up there. You said that was one of the main business in Mississippi was planting. So and growing crops. So I said, well, you know, that's a good idea. So I talked to the other brothers about it. I'm like, well, let's put our money in the bank.
Come on, man.
Then let's buy us some land. And so that's what we've been doing. So when we pay our dues, that's what everything's going to. We got our money in the bank right now. We're saving up pretty good.
Yes, sir.
We're going to try by this time next year and go invest in some land and grow us some crops, man. Because that's something that, you know, we can own ourselves. That's something that they can't take from us.
Yes, sir.
That's why I was like, I'm not really into materialistic things like I used to be, because now I see materialistic things, they get old, and that's the problem with a lot of young people out here. They more concerned about designer and Nike and Jordan and things in that nature. What Jordan gonna do?
No,
you know, when you got your bills due. You know what I'm saying? What he gonna do then for you?
Can't eat them
that's
shoes.
why, Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, OG Capone said it all best.
Yes, sir.
We lazy. We got to get out of that mentality of sitting here waiting on something to hit the mailbox and hit our cars and get out here and get it ourselves. So that's why I've been trying to just, speaking for Steph now, trying to break the habit of being codependent and try to work. And like I said, have my own one day. I don't want to just work for somebody. I want to
Yes,
have
sir.
my own business. I want to have that Black Wall Street built
Come on.
up again. So that's my
That's right.
goal.
Yes,
And I
sir.
think that's why I love like the unity that we have on this call right now, because all of us have that same mentality, that same agenda of wanting better for our people. And I love that more than anything,
Yes,
because I
sir.
always have been for my people. I never was the type that take out of another brother's mouth
Yes, sir.
or anything in that nature, steal from them, rob them, or none of that kind of stuff. I always wanted to see all black people doing better, because, like I said, Capone said, we got a place down here, like I said, by that Salvation Army, we just stayed at on September 14th.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a lot of homeless people that walk that street all day. And I remember growing up, my grandma used to take me to that same Salvation Army that we fed, and we would sit down and eat in there. But I think she was more, we had food at the house, but I think she was more trying to show me what it is,
Yes, sir.
what it could possibly be one day if I didn't have the right mind frame to want to do better for myself. So, yeah, prison definitely woke me up. I did 4 years in there, and heard other brothers' story, and they all, say the same things like, "Oh, Mississippi, just a poor state, and we ain't got nothing down here, and it's just poverty." And yeah, that may be true, but like Capone said earlier, it starts with us. So if
Come
we
on.
just go on and get up off our butts
Come
and
on, man.
you know what I'm saying, and
I
just
got
start
you.
doing something for ourselves. And not only doing that, but just bring that in, because like you said earlier, everybody got that agenda. Like I was telling you earlier, like it's a competition. Like, no, it's not a competition. Back in the Gap, black people stuck together.
Come
They
on.
put their money together. They ate together. I remember my grandma used to feed everybody that used to come to her doorstep. I'm talking about, she never turned them away.
Yes,
It
sir.
doesn't matter who they were, what their race was. It didn't matter, man, nothing about it. She'll give them a shower, feed them, and make sure they got somewhere to sleep that night.
Yes,
And I
sir.
feel like if everybody had that mentality to just want to help somebody,
Yes,
then it
sir.
wouldn't be like that around here. So that's why I've been breaking the habit of being selfish, me personally
Yes, sir.
speaking, because I used to be real selfish. And I don't think I was trying to be like that. I just think that I kind of just let what I saw around me and what I was around, my environment, kind
Yes,
of forced that
circumstances.
on me. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because I
feel
always
you.
had a good heart. I used to hear in church a lot that, you one of your gifts is kindness. And so I knew I loved people extra hard, because the way people see stuff like that, like you were saying earlier, people on the tracks, they wouldn't, they'll ride past that, but I can't do that. Every time I see somebody out there and they ask me for change at the store, I go in my
Come on,
pocket, I
man.
give it to them.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Anything I can do to, just help somebody. I don't broke that mentality of just being selfish, and I just want to try to help somebody. Like, I
Yes,
don't
sir.
care about my life no more. Just send me the outline when I'm gone.
Come
I
on.
just wanna see my people doing better, and I want to be able to help somebody. If I
Yes,
go
sir.
in the ground tomorrow, I can say, "Hey, I done some good." You know what I'm saying? And I'll
Yes,
be
sir.
satisfied with that.
Yes,
It's not
sir.
about self anymore. It's more of helping somebody, like the Bible tells us. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Yes,
treat
sir.
others like you want to be treated,
That's
and
right.
and I want to be treated good. I can't speak for the next man, but I want to be treated and loved good.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I've been trying to go around with that mentality of blessing somebody every chance I get. I give and give. Every day I wake up, I make it a goal to do something good for somebody. I just cooked a while ago, and my brother Steve just left, and I cooked for him and his wife. I gave them a plate
Good.
because he had just got out of work. I know he tired on work 12 hours, so I fixed him a plate, and like, here go a plate for you and your wife. That way you ain't got to stop and get nothing to eat or worry about what y'all gonna eat tonight.
That's right.
Enjoy yourself.
That's
So I
love.
try to make it a good deed every day.
That's
I
love.
mean, I try to make it do a good deed. Every day that I'm on this earth, because I know one day we can just wake up and that's it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to go before them, and they want to ask. They're gonna ask what we did. What was you doing here? Who did you help? And I don't want that mentality, like I told you earlier, just being that person to just keep my coins in my own pocket now. Now, if I see somebody, like I said, in need, they can, you know, I don't care if it's my last, I'm gonna give it to them because I know that Allah blessed me for that.
Yes, sir. But man, look, the
and again, like I
conversation.
said, I ain't gonna talk much, but I just want to say, like, I'm thankful for everybody that's on this call because all of y'all have been an inspiration
Yes, sir.
to me. Because when I first came out of prison, like I said, Brother Strong, he been a big influence on my life. Him and Capone both. When I was in prison, it was some hard times in there, and I just want to thank y'all while y'all both on this phone together and just say that none of those talks went in one ear and out the other. Guys may have been around in there hollering, hooping and hollering and smoking and doing them, but every time we was on that phone, I listened to everything y'all brothers tell me, and I appreciate the inspiration. And also to you, student minister, and Najee as well, because since I've been home, y'all both have kept me in the spirit. Y'all both have kept me motivated. I'm glad to say that I'm drug free right now. It's been 3 months now since I even smoked weed.
Gotta applaud that, bro.
I feel better every day. So I'm just more thankful for guys like y'all. And if we can just have more of us like this, everybody who had this mentality that we have right now on this phone, then I know, you know, black people will definitely be winning right now.
Man,
but again, I thank all of y'all.
Brother, thank you. And we're at the end of the program. Brothers, look, we got to give all three of them a round of applause. Brothers, thank you. This is just the beginning. There's some more things I want to say, but I think I should say these things to you face to face, eye to eye, cheek to cheek, chest to chest. God willing, brother, if he blesses us to live to see one another next month. But before we go, I want to hear about somebody's podcast. Somebody told me they had a podcast, and I said I wasn't going to get off until I allowed the brothers to shout out their podcast. Y'all broadcast on Sundays, brother. Tell me about it. Is it you, OG Capone, or is it you, Brother Strong?
No, it's me. Yeah, we got got a podcast. We do a podcast every Sunday called the Solution Radio podcast. And also we have a segment with the Big Week Over. We get the other segments on the podcast.
Okay.
But the podcast every Sunday at 7 p.m.
Okay.
You can download it the 365 Live radio app, search Solution Radio, and you'll be on the show. Our podcast is nationwide and social media ride too. You know what I'm saying? So every Sunday we on topic. We on this topic. I'm gonna try to get you out on my podcast this Sunday also. You know, so it's cool with y'all. Y'all can be part of our show Sunday.
Yes, sir, brother. Just text me the information the way I did to you all, brother, and I would be more than happy to be on. And I'll send word out to my networks and contacts and have them to tune in. But brothers, look, man, thank each of you for tuning in or for being on, and thanks to the listening audience for tuning in. It is our prayer that something was communicated to inspire us to action, to inspire us to get involved, to inspire us to make a positive change in our lives. So, brothers, I'm going to mute you all. I'm finna get ready to land this plane, brothers and sisters. That ends another episode of the 10K Fearless Tri-State Podcast. We want to thank you for tuning in, brothers and sisters. But before we go, always remember, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has said to us, no one can attempt to help our people do anything productive and constructive without feeling personal hurt, pain, loss, being evil spoken of, falsely accused, sometimes beaten, sent to prison, or even put to death. This is the path of Jesus. This is the path of Muhammad. And this is the path of every sincere person who wants to see his or her people delivered from our present condition. And always remember, black man and woman and brothers and sisters in humanity, self-improvement is the basis for community development. Until next week, we leave you with the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Gotta make a move and take control. Have something we can call our own. So shine your light, help the people see that now is the time for us to be free. And if you're waiting on the pie in the sky, you better wake up fast. Angels await the wide awake man. Elijah's got the masses.
10,000 fearless on the move. 10K fearless. Mississippi. 10K fearless on the move. Mississippi. Sip. Injustice we've had enough. All of our divisions we're breaking up. Destiny has been calling us. The spirit of the Most High is guiding us.
See, the time is now. What you waiting on? Quit shooting your brothers. Put your gun down. Come on. They got a cage waiting for you if you keep that up. Early graves coming to you. From that, can't raise you up. Now, Sister Ida B and Fannie Lou, check them out and you'll know what to do. But if you really want your enemy to be alarmed, read the final call. Follow Farrakhan.
10,000 fearless on the move. 10K fearless. Mississippi. 10K fearless on the move. Mississippi.